Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'd like to do a fall painting. If you'd like to join me, I feel like I want to do some woodland creatures for fall. I think it'd be really cute. Stay tuned. I think I want to do, let's see, I'm not sure if I should draw something. Let's draw something. And I have my canvas set up and I have some paints. Today I'm going to be using acrylic paint. And I'm just going to draw just a rough to give me an idea of what I want for here. Let's draw how about a cute little fox? Man, make him a little bit bigger. Oh, that should be good. Starting with his little head. Maybe give him a little nose. A little body. Gotta give him some ears. Eyes, just to give him a rough little nose. Do his little legs. And how we should do his tail. Maybe a big bushy tail. It looks a little big. Let's erase a little bit of that. And I'm just using standard drawing pencils and a kneading eraser. How big should his tail be? Maybe more like that. That looks better, I think. We got his little paws. His one foot looks a little big. Let's erase that. Let's see what we can do there. Nice little feet. Just to give me a rough drawing of it, so I can outline it with my, just a little outline with my pencil. Alright, let's see. This cute little body. It's a leg right here. Maybe make him a little bit chubbier. Be really cute. Alright, so we have our little fox friend. What else should we do in this picture? How about some nice leaves? Maybe a branch with some leaves. And we'll put the little branch and then we'll add the leaves with the paint. Maybe one over here. Nice little branch. You think our fox friend needs a friend? We should draw another friend. We have a fox. Or we can put some mushrooms, pumpkins. Let's see what it looks like so far. We have our fox and we have some branches. I feel like this branch over on this side needs a little bit more to match the other side. How's that look? Okay. Let's see. What else should we add? We can do some mushrooms here. Let's do some woodland mushrooms. Maybe 3. I think that would be good. Maybe some grass poking around the mushrooms. This mushroom a little bit bigger. There we go. We have our little fox friend. We have some mushrooms. Can do a porcupine over here, or a hedgehog. Not sure. Let's see what we can do. Maybe a hedgehog. I think that would be cute. I feel like the nose is a little big. Let's erase that. Make it a little smaller. We'll have his little tufts out here. Little legs. Just do the body for now. And then we'll do the painting. Alright, how's that look? I might add a few little details. Okay, let's start painting. Alright, let's first start with an orange. I have a very bright orange, but I want it to be lighter. Actually, you know what? I want to start with our hedgehog because it's on the left side. Start with our hedgehog on this side. And I think for the whole thing, I want to go over it with a white for the background. So we'll put that on, maybe we'll put that on first and then let it dry. I'm just going to go over it lightly. And this is an antique white, it's called. Antique white paint. And it will smudge the pencil a little bit, but that's okay. So I want a nice coat on here, and but we can still see through it because the paint is a white color. I'm just doing very light. And this will give us a nice base. I know a lot of people don't like, I don't know why I always did this. I like to paint over the drawing but still be able to see it. Sometimes I'll go around it, but for this project I feel like I want to paint the whole thing white in the background, have a nice kind of aged look to it, and then I might go over when I'm finished each one of the drawings I did and let it and I can still see the drawing. I don't know if you can see on camera, but I can still see it because it's a very light coat. And let that dry for a little bit. Okay. Now, that's dry. I am going to do the little hedgehog friend we have. I'm going to do some white and brown. Mix in maybe a teeny little bit of black to get like a grayish brown color. Mix our paints. Just a little bit of black. We'll mix that in for our little furry friend here. I'm gonna do, see, a little white with some brown. Mix that because I want a lighter color brown for the hedgehog, because his little spikes are going to be a little bit darker. Might do different colored spikes, we'll see. paint his little face, little body. And the paint on this side is still wet, and I did that on purpose to give it a unique look. So you can see the brush strokes in it. I want it to look rustic, like a rustic painting for fall, for Thanksgiving. It's coming up soon. You have any plans for Thanksgiving? Getting together with the family? It's always nice to have time with the family. And I'm just going to go over here. Give me a little more. This is called, I believe it's called wet painting, where you're painting over wet paint with more wet paint. So that's what I'm doing currently. Because the paint that I did, the antique white, is still wet and it's mixing with the brown. Okay, there we go. We have his little body situated. Now I'm going to do a little bit darker brown for some highlights for his little face. We do a little bit here and his little nose. Little feet. Do a little highlight down here. I'm going to wipe this out a little so it blends well with the wet paint. Get a little more brown. His little feet. Give him a little bit of body. Some more brown. Okay, we have the little shape of our friend. Just smooth this out a little bit. Okay. All right, our cute little friend. All right, now we're gonna add some neat colors to him for his like some fall colors. I'm gonna get some orange out, which I'm gonna add a little to this orange, because this orange is very bright. Maybe add a little brown, mixing it, and we have some red. I might keep the red. I might mute it down a little bit with some antique. Maybe some yellow would be nice. Some nice fall colors. And we have the brown, maybe a little black. Maybe mix the black with some brown. That would be nice. Let's see. I'm going to mute some of these colors down so they look more fall-like. I'm going to take some brown. I'm going to mix the orange, because it's a very bright orange. I want it to be more muted of an orange. That's a nice orange there. Okay, I'm going to do some little fun strokes. Just around like a little porcupine. Alright, now I'm going to rinse my brush and do another color. Maybe a nice muted yellow. Mute the yellow a little bit with a little bit of white, maybe a little brown. It's a nice muted yellow with some just randomly. Wherever I feel like he needs a little dollop. And then we're gonna do some nice some red. Get that red muted a little bit with some brown. Maybe a little more red than that. A little white. Looks more pink. Mix the colors. Sometimes when you mix colors, they don't turn out perfectly the way you like them to. So you just mix until you get what the color you want. I might want a darker, just a tad black. See if that helps. It makes kind of a purple. That's nice. I'll try this color and see how this works. I'm just doing little brush strokes. And then I feel like I need a smaller brush, maybe to do some dark, like a darker brown. Let's see. This is a stiffer brush. Like a gray color. There we go. I think that might make it pop more. Just do some small little brush strokes in there with that gray, a darker. Make it pop a little bit. Isn't that cute? Alright, and with the same brush, I'm going to make a little eyeball, maybe a little mouth, and some whiskers. And right there would be a good spot for an eye. Maybe a little mouth. A little smile. Maybe mute that down a little bit with some brown. Let me pull that away a little. Like outline. And I feel like I messed up there, so let's try to go over it with some lighter paint and try to fix that mistake. His little feet. And we want it to be rustic. So how about some little whiskers for our little friend? In case I have a small paintbrush. Do some fine little whiskers. We definitely need a nose for our little friend. I think that's what he's been missing, is a little nose. What do you think of our little porcupine? Isn't he cute? Alright, let's move on to our fox. Let's see, for our fox, I want to do some white first. And I'm going to mix some colors for the fox's orange color, because I don't want it to be as bright as the orange that I have. The orange I have is called Jack-o'-lantern, and it's just apple barrel paints, which you can get at Walmart. They're fairly cheap. They're for all craft projects, because I do a lot of crafts as well as painting. So I have other paints called basics, Liquitex acrylics. That's what I often use for painting. But today, since I'm doing craft projects, I'm just using my regular craft acrylic paints. Let's see. Alright, let's start on our fox friend. So I want to do a white first. A white color first on our fox for the chest. So let's take our white and do, foxes have a lot of white, so we're going to paint here. They also have white ears inside, so I'm going to do a little white for the ears. There we go, do some white there. And I know the tail has white, but we might do something a little different with the tail. Let me fix this here. Okay, now we have a white. Okay. And I'm going to mix for an orange. I want a reddish orange for our fox. So I already have orange and red here. So I'm just going to take some of the red over to the orange and mix it. And I want a little brown in there too. I'm going to mix that to make it more of a muted orange. Mix it really well. Get more of a burnt orange color. And the colors are pumpkin or jack-o'-lantern. And I also have hot rod red, and the brown is called garden path. I think that's a nice color there. So let me start on our little friend. Oh, I like that color. That's a very beautiful orange color for our little fox friend. I'm doing his little leg. At this point, I'm just moving paint around to make his little leg lighter. And then I'll be moving some paint to make a little darker over here once it dries a little bit for his back. And we also have to do his face. I know that little hedgehog's quite large. I'm noticing now. But this is just for fun. Alright, now we have to do his little legs. Let me get a paintbrush for that and do a little black. Or let's mute the black with a little brown, so it's not so striking. Okay. Make his ears black as well. I think their ears might be black, not orange. Isn't that cute? Now we need to do his little nose. His little eye. And I'm going to take my stiff brush and do some nice little lines, just real lightly, to give it more dimension. And then where's my white brush? I'll do some more white. Okay, a little fox friend. Now for the tail, I want to do like I did with the porcupine. Let me fix his little leg here. I want to mix a little bit more red, maybe create a little darker, a reddish color. I'm just going over the orange with more orange for a second coat to give it a brighter look and to smooth out a lot of the brush strokes. There's our fox. Paint some more on here. Okay, my little fox friend. This a little coat here. Alright, cute. And we have to do his tail, which is the most important part of our fox friend. I'm going to be switching brushes for this one. Okay, now that he's got that nice tail, I think I want to do some different colors with this fun tail. It's going to be a fun tail with different colors, and just like the porcupine, I want them to kind of match. So we have our base there with the orange. We're going to do some different colors. Let's see, let's do maybe a teal. So I'm going to take a blue. Ooh, that's a little much. Maybe like mix a little teeny bit of green in it. A nice green to mix. And then maybe we're gonna do some browns and reds. Darker red here, should be nice. I got the red burgundy. Okay. That should be nice. Let's see what we got here. Let me take our paintbrush. I'm gonna mix this green and blue together and see what color we get, and more of a teal color. And the blue I have is called Real Navy, and the green I'm using is called Spring Green. And these are all from Apple Barrel Paints. Okay. Let's do some little, start at the bottom. Make it different. Okay, and now we have our blue. We need some reds and some bright oranges. So I have my red is called Real Burgundy. I'm going to use that color. Nice and bright. That's pretty. I feel like we need a lighter, maybe a lighter orange, maybe a yellow perhaps. Let's try a yellow. See how yellow turns out. Okay, how's that look? Very different. Alright, now we're going to do our mushrooms in a brown. See, I have brown here. I'm going to mix some black in with this brown, make it darker. Have a nice darker brown as well for the underbelly. The mushrooms, no, the underbelly probably should be a whiter color. I'm going to make some of the mushrooms a little darker. Do a light. Okay, Okay, we got our little mushroom shapes. Now we'll use a different brush. Make their little stems. We'll use the light brown for this. Maybe mix in a little white. And then I'm going to do some maybe white little, maybe little brown on the mushrooms. Maybe just a little bit of light on the top. Give them a little shading a little bit. Alright, aren't they cute? Alright. Alright, let's do our branches at the top. Let's start over here. Where is my other brush? Use this brush. Do a real light brown. Let's do some light branches. Real light, just dragging the brush. Just real lightly. Nope, that was a little mess up. That's okay. Alright, we have a few little branches here. I want to make this one a little thicker. Alright, now let's put some leaves on these branches. I'm going to do kind of the same thing I did with our little furry friends. I'm going to use some green in this. For this green, I have again spring green for some leaves. I'm going to use some of the oranges and some of the yellows that I've used in the painting already. Use some of the reds. I'm just going to do Some little dots for leaves. Nothing too spectacular, just something fun. Oops. Put some over the branches as well. Especially any of the spots I've made mistakes, just cover them up with leaves. How's that look so far? Now I'm going to come in with some different colored leaves. Maybe take some of the oranges, the orange that I have left over from our little fox, and put some of those in there. I'm just putting them randomly wherever I feel like there should be a leaf and a little color. Do a little color up here, a little orange. So nice. A little bit of green there. All right, now that I have a lot of orange, let's come in with some red. Make it pop. We have some of this burgundy. Do a little red. How's that? And we have our little fall scene. And now we can write happy fall, or we can put something here if you like. Or that might be, I think that's where I'm going to stop the video today. Thank you for joining me. Add a little bit here. I hope you have a wonderful fall and enjoy the rest of your day. And here is our little fall painting. Thanks for joining.